Hello, I'm Elliott Frisby from Monkeynut Audiobooks, and welcome to another A Day in the Life of a Professional Voiceover Artist. And he very, very kindly said that he would do some more, and I'm with David Cannon. David, thank you for joining me again.
Thank you for having me again.
No worries. David does a lot of work with Monkeynut Audiobooks. For me, he's got one of the best attitudes and one of the best voices in the game. He's used all the time, and he just delivers every single time. He's great, but also the mindset. And we discussed mindset in the first video. But for this one here, I want to talk about. Is that your alarm? Because it's so
That
early.
is my alarm telling me what's going on next, right? Keeping me organized, keeping me organized.
There's your mindset for you. Yeah, I've just had a few pings coming up like this is supposed to happen now, and I'm like, okay, reschedule. Okay, so let's just say, all right, let's just say you're going to do. I've given you three different bits of work, all right? So Monkeynut Audiobooks, we're giving you a shout. This is how we would usually work, and I have given you a voiceover for a television advert. I've given you the author wants you to do their audiobook, and we're going to do some. And then someone said, you know what, we want that nice rich voice to do some e-learning as well. Okay, you've just given your script. Okay, so some people who maybe would not be educated, and we talked about education, how important it is, and learning your craft in the first film. But some people might just take it and read it and be gone with it. I know you don't do that for a fact. I know you won't give it to me until you've said. I mean, many a time I get an email saying, "Sounds great. I'm going to come back to it, and then I'll let you know," because you want it to be 100%, okay, every single time, or 110, dare I say it. So, okay, so you just got them scripts. You're approaching it for the first time. How do you deal with it?
Like a school teacher with a red pencil. I don't lie. I always have a highlighter and a red pencil with me everywhere I go. And
I thought you were just scribbling offensive words about me.
no, making comments. Why did he send this to me? No. But no, I'm reading through it, and I like to read it through out loud and then in my head, and then I like to mark up the script, and then I like to put it away. I like to just put it on the other side of the desk and walk away and let the words of the script sort of go through the back of my head. Sometimes you can read a script right away and you know where something's going to go, specifically probably more in commercial than in narration, because if you or only got the first chapter, you don't know where the story's going to go. So I get to discover that as much as the listener does.
And absolutely, and that also boils down to the person. So I'm just going to jump into my side of things here. It's really important that whoever provides you with the text as well, particularly for an audiobook, say, that you get given a heads up on anything you need to know, like tricky words, also light and shade. So if you might say, oh, look, especially if it's someone's personal story. I mean, audiobooks at the moment, a lot of people are saying their personal story. They need to know if it's going to be like a sort of somber moment, if it's emotional, if it's happy. They need to give you a little heads up on that, just in case their writing may not be as obvious as perhaps someone else. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Carry on.
But that's exactly it. And everybody writes in their own style. So you write the way you speak, but that might not be the way that I speak. So I have to get an understanding of how you write and what your intention with the words might be, how you want those words to be emphasized, whether I want to sort of, words like and or we kind of gloss over, right? Those are kind of words you throw into a sentence, but there's the words like love. They need that passion, that emotion in them. And it's important for us to mark up the scripts correctly, come back to them later. And yes, I always do a recording in the booth, walk away, have a coffee, do the dishes, something, go back into the booth. And when I go back in for the second time, I listen as if I'm you. I haven't heard the read. I've made no judgments. And I listen for all sorts of things, from hiss in the background of the quality of the microphone. But we'll talk about that. I listen for my read. Is there lip smacks? Am I emphasizing words that don't make sense? And all of those things. And is the tone the same all the way through?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also important to have sort of be produced like that. So you're a professional and you can self-produce, which is fantastic. But I know like often you and I or one of my other guys will team up on Source Connect. Now we'll talk about Source Connect another time, but Source Connect allows people to tune in and produce over some cans. And you want to have at least, I was going to get mine, but you need to have some good quality headphones. It's really important. But we will come to that as well at some point. And we'll come to the producing aspect as well. So once you've walked away and you've highlighted it all, do you when do you feel that you are ready to go for that first record?
It's going to depend. If it's an audiobook, I might read the chapter a couple of times, get the feel in my head. I want to have that feeling. And we all do different things to get there. And the truth is, you can't see me, so you don't know how I get there. So if it's a story or a commercial that might be sad, or a PSA where I've got to have more emotions, there's shows that I will put on that make me feel a little sadder on the TV, and I'll watch an episode
Brilliant.
and then I'll go and read the script because it helps get me where I need to be to give you that read that's authentic.
I
Because
love that.
authenticity matters.
I absolutely love that. I really do, because it's like with music. So, as you know, we got the Monkeynut Audiobooks and we got Monkeynut Sounds. So we got the production music, the recording, big studio recordings for bands and blah 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 blah, and the audiobooks, which my passion, you know. And but I always say within music and with the book, two things that they've got is that there is a book and a song for everybody. It doesn't matter what mood you're in. And sometimes people, if you're in you've had a crap day, you know, you might need, and you're feeling a bit down, you might need a down song or a down book to help you pick up. Or you might need something completely opposite, a right massive lift me up. But what you're effectively doing is you're tuning into a story or a song to put you in the mood for the
Yes.
story and the narration. That is, do you know what? That's what sets you apart. That's what sets a good narrator apart, right there. You know, you're taking it that one step further. I think that's brilliant.
You can't see how I get there, but I find a way to get there.
Well, because usually when I'm producing audiobooks, I'm doing something but from a story point of view. So if someone's writing about a difficult time in their life, it's a bit of a bastard thing for me to do. But I really dive in there and I have a chat with them. And I ask them questions like, so how did that actually make you feel? That must have been awful. You know, tell me more. And they know what I'm doing. But we go further and further, further. And then I'm listening to their voice. I'm listening to that moment. I'm going, right, let's record the chapter.
And then you get the crack or that feeling that gives you where they were. It's the
Exactly.
authenticity.
And that's why we say, you know, we create audio that keeps people listening. It's authenticity. You're absolutely right. I think that is brilliant. So I've had a chat with you after the first video, and we talked about would you be open to doing some training? And you said yes. I think that's a great idea. I think a lot of voiceover artists would benefit from that one-to-one time with you. So if that is of interest to you, then get in touch with me personally at Elliott@monkeynut.uk.com. That's 2 L's and 2 T's in Elliott. Or you can get me at monkeynut.uk.com or via our social media, Monkeynut Audiobooks. David, I think you're great. I'm looking for. I'm going to ping you an email because I've got about 30 different things I want to talk about with you. So
I look forward to it.
thank you so much for your time. I hope you can get some. I hope you got some caffeine in your system and can crack on with your day. And I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All the best, David.